What's up, everybody? Today I'm going to go through V30s. I got two V30s in this Marshall right here, and the one on the left is a Chinese version, and the one on the right is made in England. Let's find out if they are that much different or if they are the same. Can you get the Chinese version and expect the V30 voicing from the English British tones? Let's find out. All right, so I'm going to show you what I have kind of set up here. Take a walk with me. So what we have is these mics up to the cloth here. So they're right at the edge of the cone. What we're going to do is we're going to go through maybe 3 versions of this, maybe one a little bit further out from the cone, and I'm using this light to kind of gauge that. And it's not going to be perfect, but we're going to do the best we can with this. So let's roll and make some tones and see what we can get out of this stuff. What I got here is my LTD V200. Love this guitar. I actually didn't do the blood splatter on this guitar, but it looks sick. I actually have a Ori Pure pickup. It's kind of an off-brand kind of thing you can get on Amazon pretty cheap, and it's a Alnico. So I've really dug those pickups. They've done pretty well for me. What we're using today is a JVM410. So we're going to use that to compare these speakers here. Okay, so what we got, I apologize for the setup here. I don't have the recording version where the application where you can actually do this on the video and stuff, so we're going to make this work as best as we can. Right now we have this track here is going to be my mic, and the second track here is going to be the Chinese V30, and this track down here, the bottom one, number 8, is going to be the British one. So let's go through and actually check the stuff out. We're going to take just the Chinese one for right now and see what that sounds like. And this is by the cone, at the edge of the cone, and by the dust cap. So let's just check this out. I mean, I don't hate that. So let's go ahead and check out the British version. And I don't hate that either. You know, I do hear more of the classic V30, of course, in the British version. That definitely sounds a lot more like what I would expect. So let's go back to the Chinese version. Just sounds a little more darker, I guess you could say. Let's go back to the British one again. It's so much more mids in the British version. And that sounds great. You know, most metalheads like the scoop mids and stuff, so I can't say that the Chinese one is bad. I'm not hating that. I actually like both of them for their own respective sounds. Now, what I did like was actually playing them together. I thought that sounded really awesome. there we have it. What do you guys think of these things? I think they sound pretty good. This is, you know, by the dust cap. You know, I try to get them as close as possible to each other. Now, we are using two different SM57s. The placement isn't perfect. I tried my best to do that. So what we'll do is we'll actually go back off of the cap a little bit and see what that sounds like. So let's check that out. Okay, let's see if we can get this off the cap a little bit here. Let's see here. Yeah, it looks good to me. All right, let's check this guy out. This one's pretty much on the cap, so we're going to take him, put him off of that. So what do we got? Let's bring him up. Yeah, there we go. All right, cool. Let's check that out. All right, so now we're back. We got the SM57s off of the cap, off to the side there, as best as I could. So let's kind of see what the differences are between these two. So let's go ahead and check out the Chinese first. All right, so there's the Chinese. Let's go to the British. All right, let's do Chinese one more time. So the Chinese one sounds a lot more mid-forward this time around. Which that sounds great too. British. Chinese. And now let's try them both together. I dig it. I dig it. To have two of the same speaker, of course they wouldn't sound exactly the same, but I'm really digging the mix between the Chinese and the British version. You know, they both have their own characteristics that I'm digging, and I think they complement each other pretty well. So I'm pretty stoked on having this Marshall cab and having both of them in there. And I played this thing loud, and it's brutal as heck. You know, I've compared this to my Mesa with the V30s, which has, you know, two British versions. And that one definitely seemed a lot mid-forward. You know, it's a different cab and all that stuff too. But I don't know. If I had an amp that wasn't as punchy, I would use this Marshall cab instead of the Mesa. The Mesa just sounded way more mid-forward, to the point where it's like it was cutting that threshold where I'd have to cut the mids back. So that's my opinion of that. So let's do one more mic placement and then we'll call it. Okay. So what are we going to do this time? What do we have? Let's do edge of, not that this will sound good, but let's go ahead and push it over to the edge of the speaker. And then we'll kind of do the same thing here. Edge of the speaker. I don't recommend this position, but this is all about trying to figure out how it's going to sound, right? Okay, let's give that a shot. So we're back here again, and we got those SM57s on the edge of the speaker. Not to say that that would be something I would use. I don't know what application you would use that for. So let's go ahead and check these out. First, we're going to do the Chinese. All right. So now let's check out the British one. So on this one, I like the British one. All right, Chinese. British. All right, both of them. And again, both of them together sounds really rad. I'm digging that. So there we go. I'm gonna do some cleans right quick and kind of see where that takes us. And then we're gonna call it. Okay, so I know this might be blasphemy for some of us out here. And I do get people asking about playing clean stuff, and I get it. There's not a lot of channels out there who just do clean stuff. So I got my little Telecaster here. So I'm gonna do a little bit of clean. We got the mics on the edge of the speakers. So that's what I'm gonna do. That's what I'm gonna give you guys. So stay tuned. If you want to hear this, if you don't, DMD out, but clean dude in. All right, so let's check this out. That's right. We're doing some Incubus. All right, so let's actually go back here and let's just hear the Chinese version. That was both of them. Go up to the neck pickup. That sounds pretty good. And let's go over to the British. Now I'm on the bridge pickup right now. All right, let's go over to the neck pickup. Sounds pretty good. So let's go ahead and put both of them in there. There you go. I did some clean stuff for you guys. All right, DMD out.